Hi guys, how's everybody doing out there? Back again for another hitting the classics. Uh, and I know I didn't do one last week. I apologize for that. But back again as always. So I basically went back there and pulled something out of my collection. You know, uh, and here to talk about it as always. So what I did was I was really kind of looking for something a little bit in the X-Men world. Some a little bit close to the X-Men, remembering sometimes the past X-Men and things like that. And I pulled out a series that only lasted 14, I believe 14 issues, but it was almost like a cop drama, but with an X-Men style. And that title of this X-Men series kinda is District X. Yeah, check out the cover. You got Bishop on the cover. I still to this day, guys, I love Bishop. Bishop is still always will be one of my favorite X-Men. No matter what he has gone through, from shooting Professor Xavier to going crazy, but re- finding himself again, I will always love Bishop. Uh, and you could tell this is old because look at it. Look at it's it's a Marvel Knights tie. This is issue number one right here. Um, so I'm here to talk about this. First of all, this was written by David Hine, and the artwork is done by David Yarden. Um, the artwork is pretty good, a little dark, but it's for that crime drama s feel to it. Now, I think a lot of people forget in Manhattan there used to be a a district in Manhattan that was just occupied by mutants, all mutants. No, no, it was like it's like all the different districts in Manhattan. You got you have the red light district in Chinatown, Little Italy, things like that. There was a, a district in Manhattan. I think it was in Lower Manhattan or the west side of Manhattan. I'm forgetting which side, which location, but it was called District X, and nothing but mutants there. Uh, all the businesses were owned by mutants. Uh, mutant hookers, mutant this, mutant that. Some mutants these mutants were a little bit different because some of them had the very uncanny like mutant powers. Like for example, there's a mutant in this issue that if he falls asleep, his hands start to secrete vine-like vines from his hands, and they'll seek into the ground if he falls asleep for too long. And his sister has to come and cut the vines from his hand, like they grow from his. I'll actually show it to you guys. But the series starts out with Officer um, Amel Ishmael Ortega, this guy right here, who is Bishop's partner, later becomes Bishop's partner. He and his regular partner, they cover District X, and um, his partner Gus is kind of like he doesn't like it. He's always criticizing it. He's kind of on that barrier of, well, I don't hate mutants, but I hate being here in a sense. But he's quick to say effing mutants and you freaks and things like that. So it's like, how you don't hate mutants, but you like calling them derogatory names and things like that, right? Um, but here it is. I'll show you guys. Here's the guy that I'm talking about, the mutant. Um, his name is Gregor. Here he is. If he falls asleep, You can see right here, see the vines growing out of his hands. They're growing from his hands, and and then his sister has to come, and I'm not just talking like cut them with scissors. He has to cut them with shears. Look at that. It's really messed up. Uh, and unfortunately, a lot of things happen. You hear that here they are. You got some, you know, mutant hookers that her hair is her mutant power. It's kind of like Medusa, and you know, like I said, mutant waitresses. You could see a little. You can't really. She has like hairy arms and claws, claws that you could see. You can't really see it, but yeah. And unfortunately, unfortunately, the the officers get dragged into a case, and it looks like it looks just like a domestic dispute, but it's a little bit more. They come in, uh, and pretty much they find out that this guy has his wife chained up to a radiator, to the radiator basically, and it's like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? And he's like, you're under arrest, and we get to see the woman. She's not only is she chained up, she's chained from the neck, and unfortunately she is not who she seems to be. There's a reason why she's chained up, and as you can see, she's able to control people like just by the sound of her voice. That's her mutant power. And Ortega's partner shoots the person they arrested, and then he turns the gun on himself and shoots himself. Shoots, but it just grazes him, and pretty much it leads into, because it's like a flashback story, but because Ortega is telling his partner the story of what happened to him while he was in Bellevue. And unfortunately, we don't get to see Bishop to the end of the issue here, uh, which was kind of interesting indeed. But his CEO, his his captain says that, pretty much, because of the situation that's going down in District X, you know uh, the crime level is going up and things like that. The government, has sent in a detective that is pretty much that's capable of handling this kind of situation, and Ortega's more like, I don't want to be a babysitter for this guy, everything like that. And I love the line where the guy says, you don't see him, but he says, it's a long time since I've been called a baby. And unfortunately turns around, the name's Bishop. And that's the first appearance of Bishop in this issue, the single issue. um to me, this was a good series. I thought it was very intriguing because it was more of a cop drama, and I love cop dramas, guys. So it was cop drama, X-Men style, in a sense. We get to see a side of a part of Manhattan that has nothing but mutants. It's all mutants. No, there are some regular humans there, but it's all mutants. Not with famous fancy powers. Some just look different. There was a fish woman, and some do have powers, some don't. Some are strange, some are not. But this was a really good series. I did enjoy this. Uh, Very fun. It was fun. The drama was there as well, and you really started to, when the series goes on in the series. At first, you see butting heads between Ortega and Bishop. Because Bishop, he's used to this stuff. He was a cop at one point in his life. He goes on to explain that. Doesn't tell him everything but this basically was showcasing at the time what Bishop was doing when he wasn't with the X-Men. And I thought that was really cool. You know, I always thought that was really cool to showcase, you know, what the X-Men, you know, what certain X-Men's were doing, you know, back, you know, when they're not with the X-Men, when you didn't see them in the X-Men books and stuff. And I always thought that was cool. But this came out way back in 2004. But do I recommend you guys tracking down the District X series from Marvel Knights? The way I look at it is, if you are a fan of Bishop's, if you like crime dramas, and if you want some out of the norm of the X-Men titles, I do say track these issues down. There are uh, only 14 issues, but it was really good. It was fun. The drama is there, like I said, because it was a crime drama. A little bit on the, you know, the iffy side in terms of, you know, showcasing a lot of very explicit scenes in terms of, you know, crime. But we really got to see Bishop use his powers in this too much. He does use it, and when Ortega finds out about Bishop being a mutant, it was kind of like a shocker. He's like, "You're a mutant," and you know, at the time, but it was really, it's still. But then you start to see this partnership really flourish and really become. They really started to trust each one another. But it was a really good series. I really do enjoy this. Very good stuff right here, guys. Uh, So if you ever want to track this series down, District X, Marvel Knights District X by David Hine, it's really good. Uh, it was fun. Uh, the artwork was really kind of dark, you know, a lot of shades of black to give off that dark feel. But then at times, you know, it could get really bright and colorful, especially when they're in the daytime, like I said, you know. But when it's nighttime, yeah, it gets, the shades gets a little dark. But you know, it was just a really good series. And uh, Ismael Ortega was a really good supporting character to Bishop, and it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, guys. But other than that, guys, if you ever want to check out District X, I do recommend it, especially if you're a Bishop fan. But if you're just intrigued by it, casually try to find this and check it out. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is Hitting the Classics once again with the kid. I'll see you guys next time, as always. And from Dark Avenger Inc. Plus, this is Mom Vernon Kid saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys. I'll see you guys next time.